Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from wherever you are. Here's a funny thing. It's only 1 p.m. here in the UK, but it is so grey and miserable that I've had to put my little ring light on just to get some kind of lighting in here. Oh, the winter sucks. Anyway, unless you've been living under a rock, you would have seen the glorious launch of GTA Definitive Edition. Well, not so much glorious, more shit. A complete and utter cock up. But then the alarm bells were ringing anyway when they first dropped the trailer. And they so arrogantly showed you the difference between the original and the remaster, and everyone was like, "The fuck is this thing?" And then now, of course, the game comes out. They want to charge you 55 quid, $60 for the bloody thing. And it's garbage. It's absolute garbage. But there was so much negativity surrounding this. I thought I had to try it for myself. So I downloaded it by, how you download things that you don't want to pay for on the internet. And my God, it is just... It's terrible. It is really bad. It's really bad. I mean... Just have a look at some of these character models here. Like, look at his arm. What the fuck is going on here? This is he like taking magic mushrooms with his face? Patrick the Starfish makes an appearance. Didn't know he had a gangster past. You never know with these bloody cartoon characters. They're all shady. And what in the fuck is this Big Bertha character? Look at the state of this. I mean, this is even worse. Oh, never mind that one. Ignore that last one. So apparently, one of the big reveals about this crappy, apart from the fact that it was outsourced by Rockstar to another company to do it, and so some of the things that were revealed is basically that they just ran this game through an algorithm to upscale everything, and there was hardly any manual checking of things, especially like with the graphics, the gameplay and things like that. Obviously, that was looked over, or was it? Because the gameplay is just... Well, I mean, the gameplay, it's fine. It plays okay. If you're on PC and use a controller, it's a bit naff. So, keyboard and mouse is the best way to play it on PC. It was fine. I didn't really have any major issues there. But the look of it, and of course the rain, which you can see here, when you see it for yourself, because you see it on there, you think, nah, they must be exaggerating. But then you see it for yourself and you're like, oh, it's just dizzying. You have to use a cheat for clear weather to get rid of that bloody thing. Rockstar, they outsourced it to a company that ran this game through an algorithm. And what's fucked up is what a developer said, they've more than likely taken the mobile version for iOS and upscaled that for the remaster. So not even like the PlayStation 2 versions or the Xbox versions, the mobile game version. And the reason this was discovered was because there is an issue with when you fall from a height into the water in the mobile version, it doesn't sink in. He just kind of just plops straight back up on the surface. Whereas in the original version, as you can see here, he falls into the water and stays, which is much more realistic. So basically, you're paying 60 quid or $60, £55, for an upscaled mobile game. I'm surprised there weren't any microtransactions. But then you have like Captain Bullshitter, dumb fuck of the century, who clearly doesn't see his own product, Strauss Zelnick, who was mocking Cyberpunk, saying, he would never release a game in such a state. Clearly forgetting WWE 2K21, clearly forgetting the shit show that was quite a few of his NBA games. Alright, let's not forget the disastrous launches of GTA 5. That didn't come out smoothly, especially online. Like, it's just like 2K and Rockstar, they're under the same umbrella. 2K is the owner of Rockstar Games, are two of the worst companies around. You know, and people give a lot of shit to EA, rightly so. But EA, Activision, Ubisoft, 2K, they're all the whole game industry is just run by cunts. It is the most. I've never known an industry so disgusting, so full of. But when you have a bunch of socially inept nerds running things, there's always going to be controversy because they have no social skills, which is why there are so many cases of sexual harassment, sexual abuse, bullying, and all of this, because socially inept people in positions of power, it just doesn't work. It's the same as putting sociopathic narcissists in government. It's always going to be a disaster. And so the game industry is just garbage. And Strauss Zelnick is like king of the twats. People also forget all the controversies around Rockstar with one of its former managers. And what an inhuman piece of shit he was. And the abuse that he was giving to staff. I mean, one guy got fired because he wanted to change the seriously outdated control system of GTA 5, and he got fired for that. I think he wanted to update it for like Red Dead Redemption 2, which controls like garbage anyway. Great collision mechanics, so I'll give him that, but everything else is just shit. And I'm just sitting there like, why are people getting so hyped over GTA 6? Like, they're yearning for GTA 6. Well, first of all, you lot creamed your knickers when you saw the remaster of the original trilogy, and you were going to piss money away to them for that. Well, if that's making them money, and GTA 5 is still making almost $1 billion a year, why would Rockstar want to release GTA 6? I'll ask you that. Consumers are just fueling these games companies to do half-assed things because they know they're going to sell at the end of the day. The definitive edition is still going to make money. At the cost, clearly the cost of developing this remaster is not going to be nowhere near as high enough. So they probably made their money back already because they clearly didn't spend any money on this. All right. And people bought it in droves. Well, the PC version, I think they took it off. I think Rockstar is so bad that Rockstar took it off of their own store. But it's just like, I'm always at a loss for words. I always try to just stay focused. But the minute I start talking about gamers, I get more angry with gamers than I do corporations. Because a corporation is going to do anything to keep costs low and milk you for every penny you got. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care. No corporation cares. They only care that you give them money. And if you want GTA 6, not just that, if you want a good GTA 6, because going like Red Dead Online was garbage. Absolute garbage. Again, I've said it before, I only enjoyed it because I had a lot of fun with a mate. But playing that on your own, it's crap. It's boring. It's devoid of any kind of character, any kind of imagination, anything. They tried to keep it realistic. And because of Rockstar's greedy monetization, it's so restrictive in what you can do. The realistic approach in that game, that you're supposed to be a fucking outlaw, is you just go around robbing banks, robbing people, robbing trains, all this kind of stuff, setting up companies that make a shitload of money and exploit people. But because they want you to keep buying gold, you can't really do anything. You do shitty little jobs like be a fur trader, hunt for treasure, just pointless crap like that. Go fishing. Oh, what the fuck? If I wanted a realism simulator, I'd just go stand in my brook at my local park and fish for a bloody used condom. Not wanting to play a game like... With Red Dead Online, what they should have done is they should have just gone full steampunk with it. Steampunk. Then you would have made like insane amounts of money. But just go steampunk. It's one of the most beautifully designed levels ever in a game. Like, I'll give them that. I love the level design of Red Dead. But it's just boring. So just go whole hog. Just go all out. But instead, I'm in the water. Now I've got to wash my gun. Oh, I need to eat because I've run out of energy. Oh, I've got to feed the fucking horse. I hate real life simulation games. And GTA 6 is just basically going to be one of those. You've bought a house. All right, well, now you've got to pay your council tax. Don't forget to pay your bills. Oh, you got a doctor's appointment. You got to go to the dentist. Oh, your car needs repair. Go take it to the shop. Oh, you have to vote. Go and vote. Oh, you got to take a vaccine quick. That's what GTA 6 is going to be like. Let's just make sure you can't rest for a minute or we have to take money out of you. If that's what you want, then by all means, go and get GTA 6. They're just going to milk you for the idiots that you are. And GTA 3 Definitive Edition, or the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition, is just endemic of how they just don't care anymore. That is all. Let normality resume.